Hello everyone, I'm here to answer questions on stress, anxiety, irritation, depression in the times of lockdown. If you want to ask a question, you can just type it in the comments and I shall take up that question. And whatever be your questions, you can ask, and you can also give me feedback on the answer. And if you have questions on behalf of somebody else, that also you can ask me here. So till I'm getting questions, you can also send me your questions on WhatsApp. And WhatsApp, you know my number. I mean, if you don't know, then I'm just going to type my number here so that you can send it to me on WhatsApp as well. Here goes my number. Right, right there. And let me start till we get a question. Let me start with the uh, basic question as to what is anxiety. Now, what is anxiety? Let me define anxiety for you. Anxiety, in the simplest terms, is the kind of tension we generate out of anticipation. Most of the anxiety is anticipation generated. What does that mean? That means that we get more anxious by anticipating certain kind of outcome or an event rather than actually suffering that event. Suffering that event comes much later. Just a moment, let me just this a bit. Suffering the event comes much later, or it doesn't come at all. Most of the times, what happens is that that event which we are fearing never happens, and asking about the audio because today in the Facebook Live audio failed, so I just want to make sure that audio is working. And what does Deepa say here? Many, especially children, are becoming bored, anxious, and depressed by this lockdown. Yeah, so we were discussing what is anxiety. Anxiety basically is anticipation. So what happens is why we get anxious. So many people will agree with me when I say कि वो सुबह उठते ही हैं और एंशियस होते हैं, उनको एंजाइटी हो रही होती है, अभी तो दिन शुरू भी नहीं हुआ और उनको एंजाइटी ऑलरेडी फील हो रही है। वो किस लिए है? क्योंकि हम एंटिसिपेट कर, अब हमारे दिमाग में क्या एंटिसिपेशन चल रहा है, कोरोना कब खत्म होगा, पता नहीं खत्म होगा या नहीं होगा, when will this whole thing and when will we become normal. So that anticipation of something bad happening, anticipation that things will never become okay, anticipation that things will go for worse, that is what creates a lot of anxiety. And this is how human brain works. This is how your system works, that uh, anticipation generates more anxiety than the event itself. So I'll give you a study on this, and it will explain you that why anticipation is the culprit here. What happened? The scientists did a study on two kinds of anticipations: anticipation of a negative event and anticipation of a positive event. Now, what happened was that they found that the emotions, when it's the negative event anticipated, the emotions are extreme in the time period of anticipation. At the time of event itself, the emotions are not so high, because uh, by then, when the event actually happens, you are more busy dealing with it. Same on the positive side. What they found was that if you are if you want to buy a car, and you have planned it to buy after 2 months, so that 2 month period is the best period. It is the most happiness generating period. Same with holiday. If you have planned a holiday, the period of anticipation before the holiday is more happy than the holiday itself. So what does that tell about when we go into the negative side? It gives rise to anxiety without the event happening. If we go on the positive side, it tells you that the period of anticipation should be long. On the negative side, the period of anticipation should be short. How will you make it short? How will you deal with the anxiety? Now, anxiety these days is coming from a few cluster of questions. One is, when will we get back our freedom to move around, to do things? Second is, what will happen? Like, will I get disease? Will I fall very ill? Will somebody who I know from my family fall very ill? So these are the everyday kind of anxiety generating questions. And but to cut short, like, you don't want to keep the period of anticipation too long in case of anxiety, because that generates more anxiety. So what you do is, you start planning, because anxiety, per se, the negative anticipation requires a resolution. So what happens if you start planning? Like, you are worried about the essentials, so you start planning, that I will get my essentials on this day, and I will deal with the situation in this manner. If I fall ill, this is my fallback plan. Whatever is bothering you. Now what happens is that, when you do that, you cut short that anticipatory period, and you get over the anxiety, instead of just building it. And on the positive side, what you should do is that you should stretch the anticipation period. You should, if you want to take a holiday, you start planning for 4 months, 5 months before, so that you have a long anticipation period, and that gives you a lot of happiness. That 4 months of gap while you're waiting to take holiday gives you a lot of happiness. And just a moment, I was thinking, I got a question on my thing. Okay, the question says that, I have been trying to uh, introspect and keep myself calm about the whole thing, but of late I am becoming extremely irritable, and I snap at small things. Now, we need to understand where irritability comes from. Now, what from where the irritability comes is that, when you start feeling extremely helpless. Once you start feeling very, very helpless, you start getting very irritable, because you feel the control is not there. You have no control over your life or anything else. Now, how should you deal with that? Helplessness. And in this scenario, in the coronavirus scenario, this is a little too much, because we want to do some things and we just are helpless, and not faced this kind of situation en masse, ever, I think. So what happens is that, you start giving yourself activities and reasons by which you empower yourself, because helplessness can be countered only by empowering yourself. So how do you empower yourself? You empower yourself by helping somebody else. You empower by yourself by doing something creative, some generating something positive. It may be a painting, it may be a story, it may be just anything, a garden or whatever. That kind of empowers you. And also, you can empower yourself to feel in a certain way in this period. So for that, you could develop rituals of meditation, of listening to music which lifts you, of watching movies which lift you. So, that you need to get away from the helplessness. And other thing I really advocate for you to become less irritable is, stop watching news channels, because what they're doing is they are generating a lot of anxiety and uncertainty, and sometimes they just blow up things, and you start becoming feeling more and more and more helpless. Another thing I would say, because we are all staying together in the families, and sometimes irritability comes out on family members. The minute you start feeling irritable, you remove yourself from there. You remove yourself from there, and physically go another place, another room, and try to think that, no, I am not helpless. This is a temporary situation. Everything is temporary, including this situation. So once you start talking to yourself like that, eventually after 2, 3, 4 days, you will start feeling more empowered and less helpless. So this is what I would say, that to deal with irritability, you need to distract yourself at that point in time and start focusing on something more positive. Okay, so waiting for the next question to come. And the question which has come to me is, yeah, it's a student. It's a somebody who is trying to uh, appear in some competitive exams, and he says that I thought when the lockdown started that I will be giving a lot of time to my preparation and I will utilize this time to study a lot, but it is not happening. I'm watching too much of news, and I'm not able to concentrate on my studies because of getting uh, getting overpowered by coronavirus. Okay. So here is a question of a student. I mean, to begin with, you thought very right that you're getting all this time and you can really, really prepare yourself. But then somewhere you got more caught up with the news, with trying to keep yourself, informed about the virus. And I think it has also become an addiction with the younger generation that you are forever fixed on a screen. And when you have a lot of time, first thing you do is increase your screen time, which is not a great idea because the kind of news which is coming in, it can actually make you very negative from inside, and then you can't concentrate on anything. Now, second thing I would like to ask you, I mean, if you want, you can answer me. How badly do you want to qualify that competitive exam? You really want to do it really badly, like बहुत ही शिद्दत से आप चाहते हैं, बहुत बुरी तरह चाहते हैं कि आप उस कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम में क्लियर करें, या ये है कि एक गोल है, चार छह लोगों ने कहा अराउंड यू और आपने कहा ओके फाइन आई विल टेक दिस कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम? कितनी शिद्दत से आप उस एग्जाम को क्वालिफाई करना चाहते हैं? पहली चीज तो ये सोचिए। अभी जो टाइम मिला है इसमें बैठ के पीछे ये सोचिए कि मैं कितनी बुरी तरह चाहता हूं कि मैं इस एग्जाम को क्वालिफाई करूं। क्योंकि जब आप इजीली डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो रहे हैं अपने गोल से, तो इसका मतलब ये भी होता है कि हम शायद उतनी बुरी तरह नहीं चाहते, वी डोंट वांट इट एज बैड। मैं इसमें एक आपको स्टोरी सुनाऊंगी कि एक्सरसाइज भी है आपके लिए, और आप इसको करके देखिए कि आपके ऊपर इसका क्या असर आता है। तो स्टोरी ये है कि एक स्टूडेंट था और उसको जो है उसके गुरु ने एक एक्सरसाइज दी, ये भाई तुम्हें काम करना, और वो गुरु को बहुत मानता था, तो उसने कहा कि ठीक है जो भी आप कहेंगे मैं करूंगा। तो गुरु ने कहा कि अपनी जरूरत का जो सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट सामान है वो एक बैग में भरो, जस्ट फिल इट इन अ बैग लाइक योर बैंक थिंग्स, योर पासपोर्ट एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, द मोस्ट असेंशियल स्टफ। और उस बैग को तुम लेकर चलो, फिर मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा कि तुम्हें एग्जाम को कैसे क्वालिफाई करना है, कहाँ से क्वालिफाई करना है। तो गुरु ने कहा ठीक है, शिष्य ने कहा ठीक है, स्टूडेंट ने कि मुझे तो एग्जाम क्वालिफाई करना है, तो जैसे आप कहें। उसने क्या किया, एक बैग तैयार किया जिसमें कि फुल असेंशियल जो उठा सकता है, छोटा बैग, तो उसमें सामान को भर लिया। एंड मैं यही चीज आपको कह रही हूँ कि आप इमेजिन करिए कि एक छोटा सा बैग है, या तो ले ही लीजिए बैग, और उसमें अपना मोस्ट असेंशियल चीजें, प्रिटेंड भी भर सकते हैं कि आप पेपर्स को सिंबॉलिक बना के भरिए कि ये 10 चीजें मेरी बहुत बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, उस बैग को पैक करिए और चल पड़िए। क्या हुआ कि जब ये जो स्टूडेंट था, व्हेन ही स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग वॉकिंग, गुरु ने कहा कि आप चलते रहिए, मैं रास्ता बताऊंगा आपको। When he kept walking, he reached a place where there was a huge wall. वो इतनी बड़ी वॉल थी, उसके साइड से भी कोई जगह नहीं है, इस साइड से भी नहीं है, ऊपर से भी कोई जगह नहीं है। तो अब उसको पार करें तो करें कैसे? स्टूडेंट ने देखा कि ये तो वॉल आ गई और मैं तो इसको किसी भी तरह से पार कर ही नहीं सकता हूँ। तो बड़ा परेशान हुआ कि भाई क्या करें क्या करें? तो शिष्य गुरु की आवाज आई कि भाई क्या प्रॉब्लम है, आगे बढ़ो। तो शिष्य ने कहा कि भाई मेरे सामने तो एक ऐसी वॉल आ गई है कि जिसका कोई रास्ता ही नहीं है, ना इधर से ना उधर से ना किधर से, तो मैं क्या करूं? तो द गुरु सेज कि ओके नाउ यू डू वन थिंग, यू थ्रो दिस बैग व्हिच हैज योर एंटायर लाइफ्स एसेंशियल्स from above the wall, on the other side. And student was like, if I do that, then I'll lose everything. So the guru said, no, 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 you have to. If you want to qualify, then you have to do it. So शिष्य ने वो बैग फेंक दिया दूसरी तरफ। Once the bag was thrown, now the guru says कि now you have to get me back that bag. There is no other option. और शिष्य ने इधर उधर देखा, क्या करें क्या करें क्या करें, फिर कुछ ना कुछ देखा, कहीं कोई पेड़ पड़ा है, कुछ और जुगाड़ किया, कोई ईंट पड़ी है, और फिर उस वॉल को उसने स्केल कर लिया और दूसरी तरफ से वो बैग ले आया। कहने का मतलब ये है कि जो आपकी स्थिति है, जिन्होंने क्वेश्चन पूछा है, वो यही है कि आपके सामने एक वॉल आ गई है। इस वॉल को स्केल करने का या इसके दूसरी तरफ जाने का सिर्फ एक तरीका है, अपना सब कुछ उस तरफ फेंक, और फिर जो है डेस्परेशन आपको होगी ना वो चीज को पाने की, वो डेस्परेशन चाहिए। यू शुड वांट इट बैड बैड, भी रास्ता निकलेगा, भी सब तरफ से डिस्ट्रैक्शन हटेगा। मेरी स्टोरी में क्या हुआ, उस शिष्य का अटेंशन सिर्फ बॉल पर आ गया कि इसको कैसे पार करें, अगल बगल क्या है, कुछ नहीं है। जो व्हेन यू वांटेड दैट बैड, जब आपकी जितनी शिद्दत से आपको सांस लेने की जरूरत है, उतनी शिद्दत से कोई गोल आपका एम्बिशन बन जाता है या डिजायर बन जाता है कि मुझे वहां पहुंचना ही पहुंचना है, तब जाके आपको रास्ते निकलते हैं। तो इस स्टोरी को ट्राई जरूर करिए और इस एक्सरसाइज को मेंटली करने की कोशिश करिए, आपको अपना आपका जवाब मिल जाएगा। तो दिस इज व्हाट आई वुड से व्हेन you can't focus on your study, how bad you want it. You want it really, really, really bad. If you do, then you can do it. Okay. Now, that was my answer to this question. Now, I'm waiting for the next question. Okay. Anybody with a question about anything to do with lockdown and your mental state? Okay. So, I'm waiting. There is a question on the phone now. The question says that it is from a housewife, not housewife, a working lady, who says that I'm doing a lot of things at house these days. I am studying, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, and I am also doing work from home. And I'm getting very tired and frustrated and depressed because it is too much effort. And I am a perfectionist, so I have to do everything nicely and properly. Okay. Now, from this question, I will pick up one single word, which he used is perfectionist. Now, perfectionist is not a great word in the science of happiness. If you are a perfectionist, you will find it very, very difficult to be happy. Now, why is it so? क्यों आप perfectionist होकर खुश नहीं हो सकते? वो इसलिए कि perfection होता ही नहीं है। परफेक्शन का मतलब है कि उस चीज के ऊपर कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट की जरूरत नहीं है या इम्प्रूवमेंट पॉसिबल नहीं है। यू कैन नॉट इम्प्रूव ऑन परफेक्शन। और ऐसी कोई भी चीज नहीं है इस दुनिया में जो परफेक्ट हो, क्योंकि इम्प्रूवमेंट हमेशा पॉसिबल है। जब हम परफेक्शन को परस्यू करते हैं तो हम एक ऐसी चीज को परस्यू करते हैं जो एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती। फिर क्या होता है, हमारी एक्सपेक्टेशन और हमारे रिजल्ट से हमें फ्रस्ट्रेशन होने लगता है। पहली चीज तो है कि अपने आप को परफेक्शनिस्ट कहना छोड़िए और परफेक्शनिस्ट होना भी छोड़िए। परफेक्शन कुछ होता नहीं है। तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि आप काम को बुरी तरह करने लगेंगे। आप एक्सेलेंस को परस्यू करिए। आपकी जो बेस्ट कैपेसिटी है उस कैपेसिटी पे जाकर काम करिए। आपको परफेक्शनिस्ट होने की जरूरत नहीं, क्योंकि वो एक फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग एक्सपीरियंस है, चाहे किसी सर्कमस्टांस में। आप ऑफिस में लगा लीजिए, घर में लगा लीजिए, टैलेंट में लगा लीजिए, परफेक्शनिस्ट कोई हो नहीं सकता। परस्यू एक्सीलेंस। अब एक्सीलेंस से फायदे दो होते हैं। एक तो जो जब आप एक्सीलेंस को परस्यू करते हैं तो क्या होता है कि जो जर्नी है, जैसे ये हमारा गोल है और ये हमारी जर्नी है। एक्सीलेंस परस्यू करने के लिए हमें हर मोमेंट में अपना बेस्ट देना होता है, तब हम गोल तक पहुंचते हैं। तो हमारा फोकस गोल नहीं है, हमारा फोकस जर्नी होता है, क्योंकि हर एक काम को एक्सेलेंट या बेस्ट टू माय कैपेसिटी करना होता है। तो आप जर्नी को भी इंजॉय करते हैं और फिर आप गोल तक भी पहुंच जाते हैं। अब परफेक्शनिस्ट का क्या है कि फोकस गोल पर है, क्योंकि आउटकम परफेक्ट होना चाहिए। जर्नी इतनी फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग हो जाती है उस परफेक्ट आउटकम के चक्कर में कि आप जर्नी को एंजॉय ही नहीं करते। और सच यही है कि जब आपको कोई चीज मिल जाती है ना, तो उसका एंजॉयमेंट खत्म हो जाता है। एंजॉयमेंट लाइज इन द जर्नी, मतलब कहने का कि आप जब उस चीज के लिए चल रहे थे, दैट इज द हैप्पीएस्ट टाइम। Happiest time is not when you achieve the goal, and you would have seen it in your life also. When you started life long time ago, like I started working and I was planning to buy my first car, and that anticipation I still remember. That first car I still remember, and the way it thrilled me I still remember. But eventually cars stopped giving me that kind of pleasure. So the thing is that what I was telling you, that the journey is important. The minute you achieve it, that is not where the happiness lies. So stop being a perfectionist, because you are tiring yourself out. And also I would say, especially for women, that don't try to do too much. Don't try to be a superwoman, that because a superwoman is a very sad woman. She is not a happy woman, because she's trying to do too much. and it's frustrating, and it's you feel then unappreciated. So take a look at your life, take a look at your day, and cut ruthlessly what is not essential. Just cut it and don't do it. And apart from that, at least an hour for yourself, which means you may not be doing anything, or you may be doing something you like, listening to music, reading, dancing, whatever is your thing. And that is very, very important. Sit down, just think where you can cut and get that 1 hour, and it will really, really ease your frustration and depression. Yeah, you can try that. Okay. Any next question coming up? Okay, I just hang on, yeah, just a minute. Yeah, now this is a very deep question, which is putting me in the thought mode also. But then I'll read out the question first. It says, in the lockdown, I was forced to be at home like everybody else, and then I started introspecting, contemplating, and trying to discover things within me. Like everybody was saying, that go inside and find yourself. And after so many days of doing this, I still haven't found the meaning of life. My God. So he's saying, what is the meaning of life according to you? Okay, now this is a very, very important and a deep question, because I think we all have this quest of finding the meaning of life. And the meaning of life, I would say, I would like to put it in my words, and what I would think about it is, meaning of life is you. Meaning comes from you. Everybody has been given a life, and it is up to you to add meaning to it. So you don't keep looking for meaning of life from here and there, and from books and all. You are the one who has to give meaning to the life. I take it as if you've got a blank notebook, and you write your life there. That is how life is given to you. It is a something like a blank blackboard, and you add meaning by writing meaningful things over there. So I think that is the meaning of life. Meaning of life has to be added by you. You are the meaning of life. आपको जैसे कच्ची मिट्टी या कच्चा आटा दे दिया गया और उसका आप बनाते हैं, वो है मीनिंग आप डालते हैं। लाइफ तो एकदम साफ सुथरी सी मिली थी शुरू में, तो आपके ऊपर है, और वही पर्पस भी है लाइफ का, टू एड मीनिंग टू लाइफ। आपको लाइफ के साथ कितना कुछ मिला, ऑल द टूल्स यू गॉट, लाइक यू हैव द फाइव सेंसेस, यू हैव द ब्रेन्स, you have the emotions, you have a working body, and you have to add meaning using all that. That is why all these faculties have been given to you. तो और एक और चीज मैं इसमें ऐड करूंगी कि मीनिंग ऑफ लाइफ जो है, ये भी मीनिंग है कि हमें जो लाइफ मिली थी यहाँ पर, एक कोरी, अ ब्लैंक पेपर और ब्लैंक नोटबुक, have we added something to it when we exit? Because we are all going to exit, we are all going to die one day. So from our birth till the time we die, have we left our planet, our people around us, our environment a better place or not? That is also a meaning of life. आपने जो लाइफ मिली थी उसको कुछ बेहतर छोड़ा या नहीं? जो आपको एक जन्म मिला था, उसमें आप इवॉल्व हुए या नहीं? इवॉल्व हुए, आपने अपने आप में इजाफा किया या नहीं? Did you add something to your own self? And that does not only mean material stuff. It means, did you evolve as a person? Did you become a better person, living a better world when you exit it? I think that is the meaning of life. So you've got a blank diary, and you are going, depending on what you write in it, that is what the meaning you add to life, or that is what you create the meaning of life. So I think you just give me your feedback also, what you think about the meaning of life. But I think that is what it means. It's like a challenge given to you. You start from here. Would you take it here, 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 or you just leave it here and exit? So how much you add to life, what you can give to life, rather than asking what life gives to me. life has given already so much to you. You have been given right from birth so much, so many faculties, and how you use them. That is the meaning of life. Okay, waiting for the next question to come up. Yeah, yeah. This is a question interesting. It is the fifth week of lockdown, and what has been your experience? How did your psychology change over 5 weeks of lockdown? Okay, this is very interesting, and I think not only me, most of us have experienced it like that. First thing is that when it started, the first week we were all very enthused, like that yeah, yeah, this is something, a new thing has happened, and we are going for it, and no problem, we'll manage ourselves, we'll do our hobbies, and we'll do this and that. The first week we go like that, like on a high, and we are trying to find things to do, and we are using somebody's having a picnic in the balcony, or somebody's using living room as a party place, and dividing space in the house, and trying to find creative ways to enjoy themselves. It was good. And then the second week, it was like kind of you've settled into the lockdown thing, and you're used to it, and you don't mind it so much. So second week went like that for me. Third week we were like, speculation started, when the lockdown will be over, and how many cases are there, and stuff like that. And after um, third week, when we came to know, it's not going to get over right now, again we went to do that. No, no, we need to keep ourselves doing this, that, and by then the essentials were taken care of, and so we didn't have those anxieties, but we were like, totally into making the corona defeat type of. But at the end of the fourth week, gradually you started feeling a little listless. Now, okay, I should end now. चलो we will कैसे तैसे निकाल देंगे time. लेकिन अब बस हो गया है, बहुत हो गया है, पकने लगे आप बेसिकली. और फिफ्थ वीक में आके अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि अच्छा खत्म होने वाला है, खत्म होने वाला है. तो एक थोड़ी सी हाई फीलिंग और हो रही है, लेकिन खत्म होने के बाद भी क्या, आप कितना बाहर जाएंगे वो एक अलग बात है. लेकिन हाँ, वो एक रोलर कोस्टर मेरे मन में चलता रहा था. और जितनी एंथुजियाज्म से शुरू में हम अल्टरनेटिव थिंग्स कर रहे थे, हॉबीज कर रहे थे, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा धीरे धीरे डिक्लाइन पर आ गया. तो दैट इज हाउ. एंड आई since I get a lot of people whom I counsel, I realized that from the third week onwards, I started getting a lot of people who were feeling depressive or low and things like that. So that is for everybody. So you should not feel that you are only feeling depressed or low. Everybody has gone through that psychological cycle. And I think मुझे यहाँ एक चीज़ और ऐड करनी चाहिए कि ये खत्म हो जाएगा. खत्म तो होगा एक दिन, तो खत्म हो जाएगा. उसके बाद जो हमारी एंटिसिपेशन है ना, कि हम एकदम से मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हो जाएँगे और खुशी हमेशा बरकरार रहेगी, ऐसा नहीं होगा. जब हम किसी सिचुएशन को फाइट कर रहे होते हैं, तो हमारे हार्मोन्स हमें सपोर्ट करते हैं कि हम फाइट आउट करें. और जब वो खत्म होती है सिचुएशन, तो एकदम से एनर्जी लेवल नीचे आता है, मेंटल, फिजिकल, इमोशनल. और वो भी एक टाइम है वॉच करने का, कि आपको अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ को उस समय वॉच करना चाहिए. तो ये तो मुझे ऐसा लगा था. आप किसी और को किसी और तरह से लॉकडाउन का एक्सपीरियंस हुआ तो ज़रूर बताइए. Oh, I got a question, and it is, oh, it's a serious question. Like, the lady says that I have a couple of friends who have been indicating suicidal thoughts in this time period. What I should do, and one of them stays very close, so I come to know what the person is thinking, and I really don't know what to do with people who are having suicidal thoughts. Now, this is a serious thing, because a lot of people, when they start sliding on the depressive cycle, they can go really low, and sometimes circumstances are also such for such people that they can harbor suicidal thoughts. Now, it is very important to know what to do if you are around a person, or if you know a person who gets suicidal thoughts. The first thing I'll tell you is that uh, suicidal thoughts are always connected to certain circumstance or anticipation of an event, or a sudden difficulty in life. So now what happens is that, like I'll give you an example, when there people are terminally ill, कोई भी ऐसी बीमारी होती है किसी को जिससे कि बचना बहुत मुश्किल होता है, तब काफ़ी लोगों को सुसाइडल थॉट आते हैं। तो लेकिन इस सिनेरियो में क्या है कि अगर मैं आपको ये कन्विंस कर दूँ कि भई आपकी बीमारी मैं ठीक कर दूँगी, तो आपका सुसाइडल थॉट चला जाता है, फिर आप जीना चाहते हैं। कहने का मतलब ये है कि सुसाइडल थॉट अ, अ, हमेशा इसलिए नहीं होता कि मुझे अपने आप को खत्म करना है, एक सर्कमस्टांस से छूटना है, इसलिए होता है। तो पहली चीज़ तो ये है कि आप ये जानने की कोशिश करिए कि क्या ऐसा सर्कमस्टांस है उस इंसान की लाइफ में, जिसकी वजह से उसको सुसाइडल थॉट्स आ रहे हैं, क्योंकि सॉल्यूशन वहाँ लाई करता है। कोई बीमार है, किसी की पर्सनल सिचुएशन खराब है, किसी की फाइनेंशियल सिचुएशन खराब है, एक बार वो पता चल जाए तो फिर हम उस इंसान को या तो काउंसल कर सकते हैं या उसकी थोड़ी बहुत वो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर सकते हैं जिस भी तरीके से। क्योंकि आप प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना शुरू करके इतना सा 1% भी रिलीफ मिलता है तो इंसान सुसाइड का थॉट छोड़ देता है फिर। Person moves away from suicidal thoughts pretty fast if the solution emerges, or at least if you give the confidence that the solution will emerge. Now, second thing is that such people uh, they repeatedly will try to keep a distance when they are getting these thoughts, and when they are planning something they will try to keep a distance from other people. But the point is that if you know the person has such tendencies, you should never leave the person alone. If you can't physically meet, keep bothering on the phone, keep asking on the phone, keep counseling on the phone, because it works. Sometimes we think the person has shut down rather, so maybe we should not disturb. No, but then if you know the person has suicidal thoughts, keep at it and don't leave the person alone. And alone से I don't only mean that कि आपने उसको physically अकेला छोड़ दिया, mentally, emotionally भी। हो सकता है आपको उसकी बातें उस समय अच्छी ना लगे, लेकिन जुड़े रहिए, छोड़ मत दीजिए, और समय-समय पे खबर लेते रहिए, समय-समय पे बात करते रहिए, उससे बहुत ज़्यादा फ़र्क पड़ता है लोगों के सुसाइडल थॉट्स पे। अब तीसरी चीज़ पे आते हैं कि कई लोगों को सुसाइडल थॉट्स होते हैं क्योंकि अ, उनका माइंड अल्टर हो चुका है क्योंकि वो ड्रग्स वगैरह करते थे। अब ऐसे केसेस में बड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है क्योंकि केमिकल रिएक्शन की वजह से डिप्रेशन और सुसाइडल थॉट्स आ रहे हैं। तो अगर आप जानते हैं कि इस इंसान को ने ड्रग अब्यूज़ कभी किया है जिसका कि असर पड़ गया है माइंड में, फिर आपको मेडिकल असिस्टेंस लेनी चाहिए और किसी न किसी डॉक्टर को कंसल्ट करना चाहिए कि ये सिचुएशन थी, तो कई बार दवाएँ लेनी पड़ती हैं आपके मेंटल स्टेट को अल्टर करने के लिए। सबसे पहली चीज़ है कि आप अलर्ट रहिए, आपके अगल-बगल कोई उस रास्ते पे जा रहा है, इतना ज़्यादा उसको डिप्रेशन हो रहा है, तो कंपैशनेटली सोचिए, जजमेंटल मत होइए कि अरे तुम तो ड्रग लेते थे, तुम्हारा यही होना चाहिए, या जो भी कुछ उसकी सर्कमस्टेंसेस हैं। अगर आप किसी को बताना चाहते हैं तो पहली चीज़ है कि उसको खोलिए। अपनी तरफ से कोशिश करिए कि वो खुले, और ज़्यादातर लोगों के सुसाइडल थॉट्स बदल जाते हैं अगर उनको सपोर्ट मिल जाए। तो आपने बहुत एक यू हैव आस्क्ड अ वंडरफुल क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज़ इन दिस टाइम पीरियड पीपल हू हैव द टेंडेंसी टू हैव सुसाइडल थॉट्स विल आर मोर लाइकली टू हैव them. Next question I'm taking, it is a very, just a moment, let me see what is. This question says that while in the lockdown first week was fine, then I realized that I was continuously indulging in negative thoughts, and mostly the thoughts related to my past, and I was getting angry at people in the past and holding grudges, and this is making me very depressive and happy. Good that you at least understand that you are holding on to grudges and you are indulging in negative thoughts. Now, you are not alone. Let me first tell you that. I'll give you a wonderful statistics which will shock most of us. हम दंग रह जाएंगे कि ये हमारी लाइफ की स्टैटिस्टिक्स है। स्टडी के अनुसार एक एवरेज नॉर्मल इंसान 70,000 टाइम्स 70,000 बार अपने मन में उसके एक दिन में नेगेटिव थॉट आते हैं। 70,000 बार, 70,000 times in a day, a normal person gets negative thoughts. So that's huge. I mean, most of the time, that means we are having negative thoughts. And more stunning than this is that about 90 to 95% of this 70,000 negative thoughts is repetitive. Like we just keep thinking them over and over and over and over again. And that generates a lot of unhappiness, anxiety, depression, and so on and so forth. Now, the point is that point of my giving you this statistics is that it kind of hits you and you understand that left to our own devices on our default mode, we will keep having negative thoughts, by default, because you're used to it. Like I had earlier yesterday told you that our mind has pathways, and those pathways are created by our repetitive thinking. Whatever we think of most, our we get pathways, and that becomes a habit. So now, since we by default have started thinking 70,000 negative thoughts in a day, तो हमारे pathways वही बन गए और हम वो cycle पे चल रहे हैं, बस रोज 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 negative thoughts, negative thoughts. Now the point is how to break it. So I'm going to discuss one technique. There is one lady who has put up a question. Why the person who has suicidal thought is not even interested in replying back? Okay, I will come to that. Let me just finish this. Uh, how to break the negative thought pattern. Now, negative thought pattern break करने का एक बहुत ही simple technique मैं बताती हूँ. It is called 1:3. First of all, one has to recognize what is your negative thought, or is there a negative thought. वो मुझे लगता है आपने जो सवाल पूछा तो आपको पता है कि मेरे नेगेटिव थॉट्स आ रहे हैं. वहां पे एक मिनट हॉल्ट करिए और नेगेटिव थॉट को आ रहा है, आने दीजिए, जाने दीजिए, लेकिन हर एक नेगेटिव थॉट के लिए हम 3 पॉजिटिव थॉट्स क्रिएट करेंगे. तो अगर मेरे मन में आया कि वो कितना खराब था, उसने मुझे ऐसे बोला, तो फिर मैं 3 नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव थॉट्स डालूंगी कि तो कुछ नहीं, भगवान ने उसकी जगह मुझे और चीजें दी हैं, एक अच्छी लाइफ दी है, एक अच्छा जॉब दिया है, जो भी है कुछ आपका है. 1:3 का रूल आप स्टार्ट करिए. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि एक ही दिन में आप आदी हो जाएंगे इसके, लेकिन 5-6 दिन में डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली आपका वो थॉट पैटर्न जो है, वो जो नेगेटिव थॉट पैटर्न है, वो टूट जाएगा. और जो आप होल्ड ऑन टू ग्रजेस कह रहे हैं, उसको छोड़ने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका है आप पेपर पे लिखिए. ये मेरी तुम्हारे से ग्रज थी और ये मैंने छोड़ दिया फॉर माय ओन हैप्पीनेस एंड गुड हेल्थ. और इसको फोल्ड करके चाहे तो आप किसी गुल्लक में डालना शुरू कर दीजिए, जार में डालना शुरू कर दीजिए, मंदिर में रखना शुरू कर दीजिए, कुछ भी करिए. सिंबॉलिकली ये करिए, एंड इट इज extremely effective in breaking the negative thought. And holding on to grudges is not good for your health, because when you do that, over time your knees will go bad. This is the connection between negative thought, holding grudges, and health effect. So I will do one day a video on what attitudes lead to what health problems. But one of the things is, if you don't forgive, if you don't let go of grudges, your knees will go bad 100% by the time you are in your 50s. I'm telling you this. Just remember it. So remember this, and also try to break the thought pattern. Now, one lady has asked, what if the person who has suicidal thought is not even interested in replying back? What can be done then? Yeah, good question, because a lot of time they become very secluded and they become very recluse kind of people. But let me tell you, from my own experiences of dealing with people who are not so happy, that even when they get the message, they're not replying. Fine, I agree with you, but just reading that message makes a lot of difference, because you have to understand that their mental state is totally different from your mental state. And a suicidal person's mental state, one of the basic features of a suicidal mental state is they feel lost, alone, and alone. They feel they have been deserted by everybody. This is common amongst everybody who thinks about suicide. So any message which comes and which says in that many words, don't worry, I am with you, you can share with me, I'm always there, just encouraging words that you are my best friend, I'm always there. If there is ever, don't say that I know you have it. You say if there is anything, and you share your story. Something nice happened in the day, just type it out and send it. Person may not be replying, but every time the person reads, or every time a person is told, on phone, then mood alteration begins. And if it happens every day, because if you are dedicated to saving somebody, do it often. They may even show irritation, because it is pushing them to get out of that thought in which they have become comfortable. That is a suicidal thought. So it makes a huge amount of difference if you just continuously keep showing your support and telling the person that you are available. So try doing that. I'm speaking from experience that suicidal mindset is a different mindset. They feel very alone and hopeless. Give them hope, give them support. Two things. And if you know the circumstances, try to relieve the circumstance for some time even. then the suicidal thought will be gone. So, I mean, it is very, 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 very good thing if you are thinking of somebody to help when they are not feeling so good. Okay. This person says that you just talked about letting go and not holding grudges, and that will convert into knee problems. So, what exactly do you mean by letting go? Okay. What exactly I mean by letting go, I'll tell you through a story. There was this guru, a monk, सेलिब्रेट मॉन्क, वो ब्रह्मचार्य का पालन करने वाले एक मॉन्क थे और उनके दो शिष्य कहीं जंगल में चले जा रहे थे. सो व्हाइल दे वर वॉकिंग दे एनकाउंटर्ड अ रिवर and river was little deep, like the water would come up to their chest, but it was all right, they were used to such kind of thing. उन्होंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, हम पानी में से निकल जाएंगे. वहीं पर एक लड़की मिली, यंग लड़की जो 27 साल की होगी शायद. उसने कहा कि मैं कैसे पार करूंगी, आप पार कर लेंगे, तो मुझे जो है कैसे हम पार करेंगे, तो मुझे आप पार करवा देंगे क्या नदी. जस्ट अ मोमेंट, देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन, लेट मी जस्ट लुक एट इट. Okay, it talks about exam stress. I'll come to it. Let me just finish the story and I'll come to it. Um, so the chief monk, the guru said कि okay fine, I'll make you cross the river. So उन्होंने उस लड़की को कंधे पे बिठाया और रिवर के पार ले जाके उतार दिया और बस वो चले गए आगे. हाँ, शिष्य थे, उनका मुंह बन गया. They had these fat faces and they were very angry with their guru that हम ब्रह्मचार्य का पालन करने वाले थे, आपने लड़की को कंधे पर बिठा लिया, तो ये क्या बात हुई, आप हमें तो कुछ और बताते हैं एंड आप करते कुछ और हैं. सो द disciples were very angry with the guru. And then the guru said ki, she needed help and I made her cross the river and I left her there, but you guys are all still carrying her in your heart and in your mind. मतलब मैंने तो नदी पार करा के छोड़ दिया और आप तो उसको अपने दिमाग में लेकर घूम रहे हो, तो इसको छोड़ो. तो कहने का मतलब क्या है कि लेट गो का हमेशा मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि हम एक फिजिकल तौर पर किसी को पकड़े हैं या नहीं पकड़े हैं. लेट गो का मतलब होता है कि अगर आगे बढ़ना है तो कुछ चीजों को अपने दिमाग से पीछे हटाना पड़ेगा, और ये एक खूबी भी होती है उन लोगों की जो आगे बढ़ पाती हैं. grudges literally hold you back. अगर आप किसी की बुरी बात को छोड़ते नहीं है तो वो बात भी आपको छोड़ती नहीं है, पीछे खींचती है. लेट गो का मतलब है कि जो चीजें बहुत पहले हो चुकी वो हो चुकी, उनको आपको छोड़ देना चाहिए, लेट गो कर देना चाहिए, यानी कि जाने भी दो यारों. तो सब एक और आसान तरीका है लेट गो का कि आप अगर लिख देना पेपर पे कि ये इसने किया, बहुत बुरा किया, जो भी कुछ आपके मन में है, और उसको अब मैं फॉरगिव करता हूँ या करती हूँ, काफी सारी लेट गो से हो जाती है. मैं फिर से रिपीट कर रही हूँ, अगर आप लेट गो नहीं करेंगे आपके मीन्स खराब हो जाएंगे. अब मैं आती हूँ इस पे. As a student, how can we overcome depression while having a lot of stress about exams and studies? Yes, right. Because I've gone through that once upon a time, and I know it is a lot of stress about exams and studies. And I will tell you what worked for me. And later, when I did happiness studies, I realized that it works for everybody. First thing is, the stress of the exam comes when we are not well prepared. First thing you should tackle is your preparation. How much time, how much effort, what plan you are going to put in place for preparation, because planning for an exam really reduces a lot of your stress. And what it does is that it breaks a big thing, which is an exam, into smaller things. So you are able to, if you break down the plan to a per day plan, which I recommend, then you know that if I just follow day by one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time, my goal of the exam will be achieved. That is the first thing. Now, second thing is concentration. Sometimes the stress comes from not keeping our focus on our preparation and the exam. Like, तो मैं कहती हूँ कि आपको जब आप एग्जाम की तैयारी कर रहे हैं, आपको बहुत सारा नॉइज कैंसिलेशन करना चाहिए. बहुत सारे लोगों से बातें मत करो, बहुत सारी बातें सुनो मत, बहुत सारी अननेसेसरी इन्फॉर्मेशन गैदर मत करो। अब तो हमारे टाइम पे तो इंटरनेट नहीं था, लेकिन आपके टाइम पे इंटरनेट है तो और ज़्यादा फ्लड होता है इन्फॉर्मेशन का, उतने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अपना फोकस जितनी इन्फॉर्मेशन इम्पोर्टेंट है उस पे रखो, अपनी प्रिपरेशन पे रखो, इससे काफ़ी फ़ायदा होगा। दूसरी चीज़ क्या है कि हर दिन एक ब्रेकआउट टाइम ज़रूर रखिए कि शाम को 1 घंटा, आधा घंटा, पौना घंटा जो भी कुछ है, उसमें अभी तो लॉकडाउन चल रहा है, वरना जब ये खत्म हो जाता है तो आप घर से बाहर निकलिए, आप फ्रेंड से मिलिए, आप वो सब एन्जॉय करिए जो आप करते हैं। जैसे मुझे खाना बहुत पसंद है। मेरा क्या होता था कि मैं शाम को आधा पौना घंटा निकल के फ्रेंड्स के साथ चाट खाए और ये सब किया, तो वो ब्रेकआउट पॉइंट उससे जो है बहुत ज़्यादा रिलीफ मिलता है। अच्छा, तीसरी चीज़ कि आप थोड़ा-सा मेडिटेशन ट्राई कर सकते हैं। मेडिटेशन की मैं आपको एक टेक्निक जो कि बहुत सिंपल है और उसको हम बहुत आराम से 5-7 मिनट में कर सकते हैं, लेकिन काफ़ी ज़्यादा आपको पर्सनल रिलीफ उससे महसूस होगा एंड यू आर गोइंग इफ यू यूज़ दिस टेक्निक, नॉट ओनली योर concentration goes up, but peace of mind goes up. So the technique is very, very simple. It is ओम चैंटिंग है, लेकिन ओम चैंटिंग किस तरह करनी है वो मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि आप डीप ब्रेथ लीजिए। हाँ, जैसे कि मैं आपको लेकर बताऊंगी, डीप ब्रेथ लेंगे और हम डीप ब्रेथ के बाद एक्सेल करते हैं तो हम ओम का उच्चारण करेंगे। We are saying om, how it has to be done, especially for students. This is especially for students who are trying to concentrate on something and succeed at something which requires use of your brain a lot. So how you do it is that you take a deep breath and then you when you exhale om, bring your focus first here, right here, and circulate your om here and then here, just two places, no, nowhere else. And when you bring it here, you close your lips. Okay, I'll do it and show it to you right now. So, just that much. Do 10 to 12 rounds, and you will immediately find your depression, lack of concentration just disappearing. And since she has or he has asked that how to overcome depression at the time of or before the exam. Exam related depression is very common and mostly comes from pressure of performing well. So you know what you can do, you can do certain things which are antidepressants naturally, like physical exercise. I'm giving you two three which work really well. Physical exercise, it has been found, is as good as taking antidepressant medicine. So a high octave physical exercise like running, like jogging, like playing a sport even for half an hour, that can really really lift your mood. And second thing is that pertains to the right brain hormones, which are the happy hormones and they flow, is fragrance. If you cannot do much of anything else, try to have some fragrance around you which you like, and that really helps. And third thing is, of course, music. Meditation, I told you, it's a very simple om meditation. You can do that, and that will dissipate depression like like magic almost. And other thing for that is that you start maintaining a journal of gratefulness. At the end of the day, just write three things you are grateful about, and that will really help you. Another thing which worked for me, because because of my circumstances, I also was in that state where I was very worried about the exam and I was very anxious and I used to feel quite low. You start giving in the sense that you start teaching somebody else, maybe a child, maybe somebody of your own age, maybe somebody who's preparing for the same exam, and you start just sharing your knowledge with the person. It is very powerful when you start giving. It empowers you in a way that you start feeling very very good at, and it happens almost immediately. So try all these things, and first thing, start with a plan, because when you start with a plan, half of your anxiety or more than that is gone. And another thing I'll say, I don't know, a lot of people may not like my saying that, but keep away from negative people when you are planning for exam or you are preparing for exam. And what I mean by negative people is, one, those who run you down, just cancel them out from your life for at least for that much period. And second is the kind who boast, who actually keep telling you, oh my god, I have done so much, I have studied 200 books and you are not doing anything. So keep away from those people, and I think that should really help you out. So let me know if it worked for you. You have some issues with my health, and that's why I feel depressed most of the time. Okay, so you have health issues. Then let me tell you, now more and more studies are saying whatever your health issues, a lot of health issues can be tackled by mental framework. And I'm just giving my email ID here. You can write to me with your, because I don't think you want to discuss it publicly, and you can write to me, and then I can just tell you what would work in that kind of health issue, because I specialize in connecting attitudes to health. So that's my email ID. If you have any problem which you don't want to discuss here, you could always write to me and I'll reply for sure. So this is what, and now let me come to other things. Oh, I also have some such problems. Anyway, which is, what is this? How can we motivate ourselves to study when we have lost interest? Okay. Mm, for this, I will say you have to analyze in two parts. Were you ever interested in this thing, or are you doing it under pressure? Because when we do things under pressure, it is easy to lose our interest. If it is a thing which you were always interested in and now you have lost interest, then then we need a different line of analysis. It may be because you did not do it well, you did not do very well in it for the first instance, or it could be that you got distracted to something else, or it could just be that you lost confidence. So depending on why we have lost interest, we can then deal with it. Okay, so now I'll take this question a little further, that when we have lost interest, now interest comes, see, it is a very basic human nature. Anything you do well, you feel a lot of interest in doing. You just try to think of it. Anything which you naturally feel, you are doing well, you are interested in. So we can tackle the problem from the other side, become good at it. If we really want to do, like you are saying, we have how to motivate ourselves to study. So you have lost interest in studies. Now you have to look back and see what happened that you lost it. You didn't do well in it, or you got distracted and some 1 or 2 years you didn't do well, and then you lost your confidence, and then you lost your interest. So generating interest is very crucial to this question, how we can generate interest. First of all, think, is this what I really want to do? It is still time to, for you. If you're not feeling any interest in the thing, then uh, is it worth doing for you? And if it is the basic studies, like you are doing your graduation or post graduation, and you know that studying is a must, and you are losing interest, then I think there is some distraction to it. And if you figure out that distraction, then you can balance it out. And the more better you become in your studies and chosen subject, more effort and practice you put, the more interest will be generated. And sometimes it also works if you just take a break. Just if you lost interest, just take a break, do other things. Do like right now, all the exams are postponed, like all the colleges are closed. So do something else. Maybe read books, listen to music. Just step back, and one day you will realize that you have got your interest back. So don't put yourself too much to take interest also. You can step back and let it be for a while. That works most of the time. Okay, lost confidence. Okay, lost confidence will come bit by bit. So what you can do is uh, start taking. I don't know, you're talking in terms of regular graduation, post graduation, or you are talking in terms of competitive exams. In either case, start taking small challenges. Small challenges means take the easier things first, and once you start tackling them, your confidence will grow. So it'll take a little bit of work from your side, but then it can be done. And of course, you can write to me if you have further questions. to start the day with more positivity, leaving behind the thoughts that tells no, you can't, and how to be more productive to become the better you in 6 months. Okay, I'll give a very, very specific solution to this query. I have a method. I have a method and it works. It really, really works. Uh, it works like magic. What you do when you get up in the morning, there is also a video on this on my channel if you care to check out. What you do when you get up in the morning, like you said, what we can do right in the morning so that we start with a ounce of positivity. This is what it does. When you get up in the morning and you realize that you have woken up, you don't you just kind of not even opened your eyes, but you realize that you have woken up, sleep is gone. At that moment only, don't rush out of the bed. Just keep lying there and do this, what I'm telling you now. Keep your eyes closed and think of two things. One, what is that good deed I'm going to do today? One random act of just a moment. Yeah, this one random act of kindness I'm going to do. And random act of kindness does not just mean giving something. You could just give a nice word, a compliment. Even that is a random act of kindness. This first thing, you are still asleep, your eyes are closed, you think about it. Okay, today I'm going to do one random act of kindness to somebody. That is first thing. Second thing is, you start imagining that you have a light here and it is flowing through your body. Entire body is experiencing that light just for a 30 seconds, not more than that. And with that light, you imagine that today, just for today, because one day at a time, just for today, I am going to be my best version, which means as a human being, I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be compassionate, I'm going to help people, I'm going to do that random act of kindness because I'm capable of all that and more. I'm going to give. And when you do that 2-minute exercise in the morning, I challenge you that nothing in the day can make you negative. Nothing at all. Just that 2-minute exercise. You try it for 3 to 4 days, and I'm guaranteeing you that people will come up and ask you, how are you glowing so much? What is it? Why you are looking so attractive? Why we are feeling so attracted towards you? Because when you change that thought right in the morning and put the thought to giving rather than taking, and you imagine yourself as that white light which is capable of just anything, nothing can stop you. Nothing at all. This is my guarantee. Try it and let me know what happens. So we're almost at the end of our session. I will wind up with just one tip, I should say, and which is again research based and it works. Uh, Find 5 positive words like awesome, great, fantastic, fabulous, wow, whatever. 5 words. Write them on those small, small cards, like visiting cards. You write them there and you stick them around the house where you can see, wherever, like on the bathroom mirror where you see the first thing, or wherever you spend time. Make multiple cards of the same name, same word, and 5 to 6 words, and spread it around. And you see the change it brings in you and in your family members as far as positivity goes. Because research which was done says that just having positive words in your vision completely changes your mindset in 4 to 6 months, but it's the changes start showing within 3 to 4 days. Put it where you are more likely to see it often, and it will make a huge difference to your everyday feeling of happiness and well-being. So that is all we have for today, and maybe I'll be doing sessions again once or twice a week. So I'll keep you posted when I do it. This is Coach Anupma, and do like my channel and video and subscribe to it. And anything else you want to ask, I have shared my email, so feel free to add, and I would love to answer all of you.